Because it's just happened now, and I want to double check this with our producers. The DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas has resigned, Mr. President.
Well, I'm not surprised. Good. That's a big victory for our country.
Hold on. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me listen to my team one more time. Forgive me. Forgive me. That has not happened. But and I apologize, listening to the team and you.
Cross off
but
that victory.
I know that you. Right. Well, and I want to tell everybody, you issued a statement last night, and you called for that, though. And you're just talking about him, just to clarify, and as somebody who you feel is not competent to handle what's going on. So let me clean up on aisle 7 with my error. He has not resigned, and let me move right to what you are calling for, and others too, for him to move out of the way and possibly get somebody who can do the job. Your thoughts?
This is Fox News' Harris Faulkner just outright lying on air to hundreds of thousands, if not millions of viewers, and claiming the Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas has resigned before having to walk that back and say that in fact he hasn't resigned. But sure, this is a very, very serious news network. Harris Faulkner even takes her glasses off to really sell the gravity of the moment like she's Tom Brokaw reporting on the fall of the Berlin Wall. And to think people actually watch this network for news. Also, it's almost fitting that perhaps one of the most egregiously, offensively false pieces of news would come out on Fox during an interview with Donald Trump. He's got a magnet-like attraction for complete and utter lies. As if Fox News wasn't already unreliable enough, wasn't already a cesspool for disinformation and right-wing propaganda, there's something about having Donald Trump on that's like a green light for that network to just throw all caution to the wind and say whatever fleeting thoughts enter their minds with zero regard for facts or reality. What's most ironic is that Trump starts spouting off instantly about how this is some huge victory. First of all, Donald Trump, the guy who instituted the family separation policy, has zero ground to stand on when it comes to immigration. The only victory here was getting Trump out of office so that the outright crimes against humanity implemented during his administration would stop. And look, that is not to say that both parties haven't had dismal responses when it comes to immigration in this country, but none have even come close to purposefully separating children from their parents for the express purpose of enacting a policy so heinous as to scare immigrants into not entering this country. And by the way, that's not just conjecture. Here's then Attorney General Jeff Sessions admitting on air that theirs was a policy of deterrence.
General Sessions, is this policy in part used as a deterrent? Are you trying to deter people from bringing children or minors across this dangerous journey? Is that part of what the separation is about?
Fundamentally, we're enforcing the law. If you break into the country in an unlawful...
But is it a deterrent, sir?
Well,
Are you considering this a deterrent?
I see that the fact that no one was being prosecuted for this as a factor in a 5-fold increase in 4 years in this kind of illegal immigration. So, yes, hopefully people will get the message and come through the border at the port of entry and not break across the border unlawfully.
The cruelty wasn't a bug, it was a feature. But second, there is something especially ironic about Donald Trump weighing in on the turnover of an administration. The guy had 6 secretaries or acting secretaries of Homeland Security. 6. John Kelly, Elaine Duke, Kirstjen Nielsen, Kevin McAleenan, Chad Wolf, and Pete Gaynor. So I don't exactly think he's well positioned to be offering commentary on any positions, much less within the Department of Homeland Security. Consider too, this is the guy who tapped Betsy DeVos as education secretary despite having no teaching degree or teaching experience or sending any of her kids to public school. He chose Ben Carson, who had zero government experience and was never even involved in a government agency, to run housing and urban development. He picked Rex Tillerson as Secretary of State despite having zero diplomatic experience and actually having run a company that violated Russian sanctions as CEO of ExxonMobil. So again, maybe Donald Trump sits this one out. In the meantime, take caution when watching Fox News, because for every correction that the hosts issue, there are a dozen more that they don't. This is a network that has fomented violence at the Capitol on January 6th, a network that spread the big lie that the election was stolen, a network that spreads white supremacist talking points and horrific xenophobia. This isn't just right-wing media, it is poison that is infecting the minds of Americans while parading itself as news. But it's not. And the quicker we recognize that, the better off we'll be, not only personally, but our democracy as a whole. To see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification bell. And please subscribe to my podcast, No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen, where I not only break down the biggest stories of the week, but I also interview major players in the world of politics, including Vice President Kamala Harris, Elizabeth Warren, Nancy Pelosi, Katie Porter, Pete Buttigieg, Cory Booker, Jamie Raskin, and many more. Again, that's No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen, available anywhere you listen to podcasts.